Hey guys, Darth Balls here. Got well, it's not really a comparison. I'm just going to do a review on the newer ATST, but I'm going to show you the old one as well. I did do a review on that, but I said in my other review of the vintage one, I wanted to sort of take a look at both of them really. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so this is both of those. Just recently, in my other review, I picked up the original one in the box. Absolutely superb piece. So it's real quick, that's the vintage one. I'm not going to go in too in depth because I've done a little review on this. Cool piece, an awesome piece in fact. I absolutely loved this as a kid. Still absolutely adore it now. It's really, really cool. A lot of stuff going on with this, and yeah, it was one of the real standout vehicles back in the day. And this is the new one. It has been released now 3 times, I believe, in this particular new sculpt, the mould they've used. Wicked piece, and I think it was originally Legacy. Was it Legacy Collection? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not too sure. I've always wanted to buy this, but it was just really expensive, and like a lot of the newer vehicles, the prices are just really, really high. So I didn't want to. I do love the vehicles, but I've not got as many due to the fact that, you know, for the price of a lot of the vehicles, I can buy multiple figures and just a lot more different things. So I don't really buy as many vehicles as I'd quite like to. I do want to get a lot more vehicles at the moment, but this one in particular is the Battle of Hoth. I think it was. It was like a play set. It included that and a few figures, and really cool. So this one's a lot whiter than the very first one in this sculpt they released. It was a darker grey, I think, hence for the Endor scene. But this one does the job just as well anyway, I feel. But they have recently released as well, I don't know whether it's over here in the UK at the minute, but it has been released. It's being found all over the US at the moment. So that new vintage one is coming out. It's got a lot more. I've read reviews on it, and people are not liking it because it's got really weathered brown feet, and just they've not done the weathering really well or consistent. The new vintage collection one will be released in a similar style box to this. I don't think I'll pick it up myself because it's the same as this with a bit of different paint job. And the main reason I'll probably buy the vintage collection one is for the box. But now myself, like I said, I've got the original box, so that's really what I'd want the most. But onto this anyway. It is just stunning. It really is. It's so perfectly screen accurate. It's done so well. There's so much movement in the legs, and I'm not going to move it about too much with the legs, but there is so many different ways you can put this. There's a joint there, here, and at the base near the feet, so you can move it, and I think you can move these outwards as well, so you can really extend this massively. Like it can go absolutely huge, really. Proper giant piece. I'm not too sure how accurate size it is to a 3 3/4 inch figure. I know that it is probably near perfect, but not 100%. I'll just show you the bits that you get. It's got these flaps here that open up like that. The top also opens like the little hatch, and then that can open there. At the minute I've got the other gun in there. This is basically a piece that goes at the front. This is obviously the movie accurate cannon at the front, but this one can go on just for that extra playability, really. It fires these little missiles, but I don't really, I guess that's sort of like a bit of a thing just for the kids to have, so a bit more fun with it. I'll just show you inside. Oh, I'll just show you. Oh, I can't open the thing. Right, I'll lean it at an angle. So this sits 2 figures. The previous one, the original release, which has been released in many different sets over the years, that one can only sit 1. But yeah, you can get 2 figures in this, and there's some really cool detail in there. Detail on the seats, and just all the inner workings really. Some cool stuff, the control panels and that lot. So really nice inside there. But overall the sculpt is just superb. That with the cannons on either side, they're just really well done. Really cool pieces. A little chain gun thing there. And then this one, it can be moved about quite a bit. You've got that bit, and then this, it moves slightly to side, from side to side. It's got nice detail on the back here, and just the sculpting really. It looks pretty cool. And like I said, you can move the legs all over the place really. It can be, like I said, go really tall. It could probably, if you do it to its full extension, probably touch the top of my other shelf here. The position I've gave it is, I've sort of done it at a lower stance, because that's kind of I think that's just, I've had a look at photos and obviously I've seen them film a million times, so that's kind of how the leg sort of stands in Return of the Jedi. That, you know, sort of like you can have it so it's higher, but then it doesn't look as accurate there. But it just overall just looks unbelievable. It really, if you are a collector of the vehicles, it's one of those must-have pieces really. Like I said, I was after this for an absolute age. As soon as I saw the new set that came out, the Battle of Hoth set, I was buzzing because I know I could get it cheaper, but I was holding off, and then I found out that recently the Vintage Collection one was coming out. But what swayed me really for this one was I went into my local vintage toy shop, and this was a new piece, but they had a few boxes of the sets, but then they had this in a display cabinet, just loose. And that's all I really wanted from the set, to be fair. So I found that at an absolute steal of a price. I couldn't say no. But like I said, if you are a collector of the vehicles, or not, it's just a wicked piece. As a kid, the AT-ST was always one of my all-time favourite vehicles. Always absolutely adored the walkers, and it's just such a outstanding piece really. And for me as well, I really wanted it for my diorama for my Endor scene, and no Endor scene really is complete without an AT-ST. And although that one is awesome in its own right, it's got a lot of nostalgia for me, and it was the first one they did, so really cool. This one is just is, like I said, it's perfectly screen accurate. It really does just look wicked. The size of it as well. Let me get just get a random figure. So I'll get a vintage one. They're about the same size. So it is absolutely, it does tower above the figures. Like I said, it's not completely perfectly accurate size wise, but it's as close as you're going to get probably. I mean, they'll probably do one in this, you know, they'll do one more than likely in years to come, but like I said, this is the vintage one, and they kept this through the 90s into the 2000s. They kept re-releasing this sculpt, and because they've perfected the sculpt so much, you know they're going to keep this sculpt for a considerably long time. But if they ever do re-release it, I guess they'll be doing a much bigger one again, like the AT-AT. I'm just going to stand it next to this as well because they look really cool together. They're it's such a big, they're such big pieces together, and they just go so well. Like I said, I've always loved the walkers. They're such sort of standout things in the movies, and yeah, that's it pretty much, guys. Like I said, if you want to pick one up, they're really cool. The Legacy one, the original Legacy release, is really awesome. It's got more of a greyer feel to it because obviously this is the Hoth one, so it's whiter. But there's no noticeable difference really. It's a lot cheaper than the Legacy one, so I'd preferably go out and buy this one because the set's cheaper and you get a lot more bits with it. But either way, guys, it's worth the money. It's worth paying quite a bit for this, I'd say, to be fair. But now, obviously, the vintage collection one's out this year. It's that if you do see it in shops, it's one of those ones that you just got to go out and buy, to be fair. I've wanted to review this for a while. I've had it for quite a little while now, and just not got around to it. And once I bought the original vintage one, I just wanted to sort of do a side-by-side view, really. So I thought now was the best time to do it. But that's it anyway, guys. That's the ATST. It's the Battle of Hoth set. But like I said, the new vintage collection one is out, or will be coming out soon near you guys. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed this review, guys. And as always, your comments and feedback and stuff, always appreciate it. So until next time, guys, take care.